There we go. There we go. Put it right there. I need to get a second monitor so badly, man. Holy. Like, I keep having to use my iPad, but it's like, it's so scuffed. So my ping went up by 6, all because I started streaming. Nice. Random timing. I just feel good right now. So like I'm just chilling on my bed and there's like a really cool breeze coming through a window, and whenever there's like a really nice breeze, I automatically feel like a million times better. Like I absolutely despise the summer, but I love the winter. I haven't touched Fortnite in like 7 days because I've been constantly on top of HSR and like leaks and shit. So I've become like straight up like shit at this game now. I'm moving like an old grandpa. Yo, Gabby, what's up? What's up, more? Nothing much, man. I also need to work on like not taking people's comments as seriously. Like this is just a way too common of an issue. Like I swear I'm just getting rage baited at the time. Like I'm being told that my opinions on anything don't matter because I don't use an action value bar on my Honkai Star Rail fucking game. Like is that real, man? Like only people with action value bars are allowed to give their opinions on a character? I ruined my account. One for Herda, so now I gotta let my day go. How's that ruining your account? I don't even think like my day's necessarily better than the Herda at all currently. Or did you just like want my day that bad and you were like low-key building pity and you didn't want her? But if you were gonna build pity, it would have been better to do it on the Lycombe banner on the second phase for DDD. Oh, sarcasm. Okay, okay. I can't tell anymore, man. Sorry if sometimes I come off like too seriously. I answer things too seriously. I'm pretty bad at telling sarcasm through messages. What's good, Gabby? What's up, ASAP? I did a random tempo and got the Herda. Oh, that's a W, man. That's a W. Are you gonna go for Triby then? Or are you good? My team is the Herda mini Herda of entering Robin. Is it a good team? It's fine. But in my experience, after using Remembrance MC, I was able to clear like twice as fast than with the Robin. I don't know, maybe that's just like a skill issue with using Robin and not having her Lycone or Branyas. But personally, I found Remembrance MC to be a lot better to use with my the Herda. But yeah, Robin is also like, I think Robin is the third best in slot support after Sunday and Remembrance MC. Is the Herda worth it without the Lycone? I think, okay, so this is my opinion on Herda without the Lycone. If you are not gonna get the Lycone, I'd recommend going for Tribi. Like that's just a 100% thing. Because Tribi is basically like a Ruan Mei and she's skill point positive. You only need to use her skill once like every 3 turns. So if you're not gonna go for Herda's Lycone, I'd recommend going for Tribi to make up for it. Or you could also use Remembrance Trailblazer, but eventually you're probably going to move Remembrance Trailblazer from that team to like a different one, like a summon DPS's. So I'd still recommend Tribi. My plan going forward is Tribi, Casters, and Noxa Phanon. I'm a no premium Eidolon Andy. I put that challenge upon myself, so I'm the horizontal investment master. Nice, more. I'm sure it's a lot more fun that way, especially if you get lucky. Like that means you get a lot more pulls for future characters. The only reason I'm going so hard for the Herdas because I'm kind of tired of constantly building new DPSs. Like I go from Acheron, then you go to a break DPS, then you go to Fei Shao, then you go to the Herda. Like I want to keep like one comp solid for like an entire year at least. That's why I'm going so hard for it. I also think Tribi and My Day will probably get buffs. I think all My Day needs... What does My Day need, actually? What would I want out of My Day? I'm actually not sure. I think he just straight up needs better multipliers. Like, I'm not gonna lie, My Day doesn't even have any, like, actual issues, like, outside of multipliers. I think he's just too action advance hungry, which is fine. But like the reward for constantly action advancing him, it's good. Like once again, he's fine. He's better than most of the DPSs in the game. But he is just slightly underwhelming. Is the reroll dice a scam? I used 2 and got worse stats both times. I can confirm it's not a scam because I used it and got a quad crit rate roll on a piece. So it's not a scam, it's just unlikely, you know. I mean, you usually get shit relic luck, it's nothing new. Yeah, that's understandable more. It's probably a lot more fun being horizontal too, because you own so many different characters and you could do so many different comps. I'm really hoping I just don't get as unlucky as I mentioned in my previous video of like my account pulling plan. Like I hope I don't get that unlucky so I can get like a Sunday Lycone. I don't really care. Like I'm fine with an E0S0 Castris. But I really want an E0S1 Sunday. Like I care more about that than Casters. Isn't it 6 a.m. for you? So why are you awake? I think I've told this story a lot at this point, but my sleep schedule continues to be fucked over by my dog just like yelling and barking at the most random times of the day. So like I'll wake up, I'll have to sleep again, then I wake up to him barking again and I try to sleep again. And for those of you who don't know me, right, like cuz obviously you guys don't know me in real life, I genuinely have like sleep issues. I don't know why. I've just always had sleep issues. So yeah. It's just like that's why I'm awake right now. I want you guys to know that my sleep schedule was completely normal like a few days ago until he started barking at random times again. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. When I got the Herda, I got the achievement for having 50 characters. My dude, I have 50 bloody characters. Damn, more. Congrats. The thing that kind of scares me right now is like I have so many characters to pull for. Like if I had more pulls, I'd go Tribby, Casterus, Sunday plus Anoxa, and then 3.3 there's also Hyacine. Like there's so many up and coming characters / supports for the HP scalers. So it's like I'm just gonna skip Tribby, man. I really don't want to, but like it's just a necessary evil at this point. The reason I say I don't want to is because after Anoxa got switched to Imaginary Air Edition, like in the video I literally just made, I'm so fucking confident she's going to be a best in slot. Because Anoxa is also going to be doing damage. And Remembrance MC and Sunday are going to lose their value on the Herda team. Because they're sole like hyper carry buffers. They're not team buffers. What character is after Phanon? I'm not actually sure. I don't know. All I know is that I think Phanon is supposed to be 3.4. And I think the rumor... Oh, wait, yeah. I think the rumored one is Alicia or whatever her name is. It's the pink-haired girl that pops up in the story. Talking to, like, young Phanon. Hello, hello, random guy. I would show you guys some Honkai Star Rail shit, but you'd just be seeing me running around because, what's it called? I spent like 3 hours off stream grinding chests to get myself to like 40 pity on the banner. So, Zhengzhou Lofu, Bellabog, and the Herda Space Station, and half of Penacony have older chests milked, basically. And there's also no content for me to do currently. I'm waiting for all the end games to reset to get enough jades to hit the 5-star. Hello, Herda only finds common chests. No, she finds old chests. Like I've already done it at this point. So after testing her for a while, she only detects up to 3 chests at once. I was confused why I'd like only ever see 3 chests, and at some point I caught on that like whenever you use her enhanced skill at max, 3 chests will pop up. Can we talk about Herda power creeping poor old Numby? That's right, Herda is better at finding chests. Not even Numby was safe from power creep. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, man. I saw someone mention it before. I think I was watching a Waveman video, and he mentioned what I've been saying for a while now, which is that, like, Hoyo continuously will add better quality of life down the line, but their newer games will always have better quality of life than the older ones. So it went from HSR, or Genshin Could Never, to HSR Could Never with ZZZ. Like, they're pretty scummy in that way. I mean, maybe Nora's, but hey, that's just your personal value, you know? Some people find personal value in the meta. Other people find personal value in design. You find personal value in the chest, you know? She's a good chest finder. That's all she needs to do. I only use my Acheron to kill mobs. Bro, I have seen some interesting things on TikTok. Recently, I uploaded literally 2 videos on TikTok of Honkai Star Rail, and already like half my For You page is TikTok. I never realized just how clueless the majority of players are. Nice, more. It's like pulling Acheron only for some simulated universe, basically, yeah. I can't wait for Castris, bro. Like, I'm so fucking excited for her. Like, I wasn't that excited before. I low-key was fucking with My Day a little more, but, like, after the teaser, that teaser that Hoyo did with, like, the animation, bro, I just want her to release already. I just want to be done with 3.0. I want to be done with 3.2. I want to be done with all of it. I am not a TikToker, don't worry. Not in the slightest. I mostly just did it to make some videos showing off Herta's damage. I also watched Mr. Pokey stream for a few minutes, but it got a little too unrelatable for me, so I just got off of it. Though I didn't know Fei Xiao could... Actually, no, I'm fucking stupid. I should have known Fei Xiao could zero cycle at E2. She can literally just ignore the trotters, basically. I really wish I had E2 Robin so I could test the exact same things out that he does. Also, another thing I'm curious about is whether or not E1 Robin will beat out Tribby on a, what's it called, team. Like, I'm wondering if E1 Robin is better than, like, an E0S1 Tribby on Herta's team. Nice, random guy. E2 Fei Xiao is fine, but it's like, once you run E2 Fei Xiao plus E2 Robin, it's like, like, I don't know how that translates normally. I'm really, as I'm sitting here, I'm really starting to consider missing out on Herta's E2 to get Tribby, so I can have another support. I'm really thinking about it. Because I know E2 Herta will 100% be a way bigger, like, overall damage bonus. And Tribby won't even be that much better than Remembrance MC without a Noxa. But, I don't know. I think I should just stop overthinking and get the E2. The issue is that the moment I get Castris, I'm going to put Robin back on my, I'm going to put Robin back on my Herta team, and it's going to perform half as good. I agree, Norris. I agree. I think the issue is that I'm literally going to nerf myself by putting Robin on my Herta team instead of Tribby or Remembrance MC. Because I'm going to be putting Sunday Remembrance MC on my Casters team. So my Herta team will get weaker when I pull for Casters. So going for Tribby might be better than the E2. So that way I could still use Tribby for my the Herda. I think that's like what I'm thinking of right now. Because I'm just running into a support shortage. If I didn't lose my 50-50 on Sunday, I wouldn't have to go through this shit, but here we are. I agree, random guy, but the only issue I have with Tribby currently is like every single showcase is with her Lycone. With her Lycone, she is significantly better than she is at E0S0. And there's like zero chance I pull for her Lycone. So I'm hoping that specifically E0S0 Tribby, like maybe her ult costs less, like that could be nice. I hope her ult gets like a nerfed energy cost, so it's easier to keep that vulnerability field up. By weaker, you mean from 3 mil damage to 2.5? No. It's actually significant. So like yesterday or around 2 days ago, when I used Robin in APOC, the highest damage I could hit with a sustain was like 4 million, I think around there. I think it was like 4.2 million. However, with Remembrance MC, it turned into 5.3 million. So not only does like Remembrance MC give action advance like faster and more consistently than Robin, but he just makes her do more damage. And Remembrance MC is actually like skill point friendly. That's another issue with putting Robin. Outside of the fact that you have worse buffs and arguably worse action advance for the Herda specifically, she's as well less skill point friendly compared to Remembrance Trailblazer. I don't use Discord at all more. Like I have it, but like I literally deleted it. That's how little I use it. I haven't used Discord in a long ass fucking time. Does what work? Yeah, skill points is the most annoying part with Herta's comp currently. It's not an issue for me as much because I have the Lycone, but I imagine people without the Lycone are struggling a little more than I am. Yo, Gabby, what's up, Mash? Oh no, more. YouTube automatically blocks out any links at all. Sorry. But I probably wouldn't watch anything currently anyways. Because I'm low-key just like chilling. Yeah, Mash, I agree. Like, the thing is, the E2, if I get E2 Herda, she will 100% perform amazing. The issue is when I replace Remembrance Trailblazer with fucking Robin if I go for E2. Like, that's where the issue actually lies. Like, it's gonna feel so much worse putting Robin over Remembrance MC. Oh, Triby's fine without the signature? Alright. That's nice to hear. Because that's really all I need. Like, this game is really just Honkai support rail. Like, it isn't even a meme anymore. It's basically just Honkai support rail. Because Sunday and Remembrance MC are best in slot on every upcoming team. But, like, obviously, you can't afford to have, like, 3 different Sundays on your account. Yeah, Kem. There's no way she gets nerfed, right? Like, there's zero fucking way. If they nerf her, oh my god. But I do think she'll get some slight buffs. What if you don't put RMC in Castra's team? Then I'm just nerfing Castra's for no reason. Like, who would I put in place of who would I put in place of Remembrance MC? True damage is just way too important. And on top of that, RMC action advances memo sprites as well. Like there are no like Sunday and Remembrance MC are just obviously the best in slots for any Remembrance DPS, and then there's like a whole 2 tiers below for all the other supports. RMC replacement will come out like Fugue did. Bro, Fugue came out in 2.7. I am not waiting until 3.7 for a replacement. Why am I on such higher ping? What is RMC's best relic set? I'm pretty sure it's just Sundays. You just put them on Sundays. I'm moving like a grandpa right now. Hi Gabby, hey Flogon. Yeah, two-piece is what I'm using currently. I'm using two-piece hacker space and two-piece sacerdos. My god, I hate the desync in this game. Patience, Gabby? Patience with what? For sub DPS, it's the new one. RMC's a game changer? No, he really is. I can't wait till his limited version comes out. I hope it comes out earlier. Patience with the RMC replacement just takes too long. Everybody wants RMC and fucking Sunday. I'm so ass at this game. Oh my god, Honkai Star Rail has made me a fucking... I'm new to HSR. The RMC will have another version. I mean, yeah. I know he'll have another version. It's just I hate waiting. It's like, when will he have another version? You know what I'm saying? My theory is that 5-star March 7th will be his replacement. I don't know about that. Oh, you're asking. Well, we don't know. Likely he will, but there's a good chance. Yeah, I finished 3.0 story a while ago, but I don't have any thoughts on it because I skipped it entirely. This guy isn't the best. I'm about to go 12-0, and he left before I could do it. But yeah, I'm starting to really consider getting Tribby because of the support issue I'm facing currently. Yeah, I think the amount of yap is a bit unforgivable. Like 10 hours, and any time I even semi paid attention to the dialogue, it was mostly just like the most filler dialogue that had nothing to do with the story at all. Like, it's sprinkled in there, right? Like the real story is sprinkled in there, and it makes for some good moments, but the overall is not the best. Yeah, I actually have to agree. Although I like the puzzles more compared to like the older ones, the amount that there is too much. Like every single fucking area in Amphorius, like you have to solve some puzzle to actually get around. Like they kind of introduced this in the Zhengzhou Lofu with the shackling prison as well, but it's like it's way worse in Amphorius. Yeah, but Mash, I would have rathered if those jades went into like events than like puzzles. Haven't even started the Herda story. I think that's like the last thing you have to do. Like I'm pretty sure Herda's part of the main quest is like the last thing you have to do before like completely finishing the main quest. Well, all story boss fights are pretty easy. I think the only one that's ever been like semi difficult for people was Aventurine back in the old days. That's about it. People just don't like Aglaya because she was just annoying. Like in reality, right? It makes sense for her to be that way, but you literally like visit Amphorius. You basically like help Phanon kill a bunch of what's it called? You help Phanon like kill all the bad guys, or maybe not even kill, but you know what I'm saying. You basically save a city with Phanon, and then when Aglaia meets you, she like automatically assumes that you have ill intentions, gets Casterus up there, and makes you answer like 4 questions. And if you answer the questions wrong, she'll kill you, or she'll get Casterus to kill you. So you literally come to this planet, you see it in like wreck, you help Phanon save the people in the city, and she still tries to kill you. Like it's like, brother, what? And then Phanon saves you in like the last second, basically. Like Phanon comes out of nowhere, and then you end up not dying. Yeah, I understand that, Mash, but like, I don't know. Like they can't even fix the job themselves. Why are they complaining about us helping in the first place? Phanon's a chat, he is. Uh, I really don't want to go on Honkai Staro right now. I really don't want to just run around. I got 3 water bottles alongside me to make sure my throat doesn't die this time around. Didn't get to see Caster's dragon. I don't think her dragon is even in the story. Like, I could be wrong, but I feel like I'd remember something like that. I don't think her dragon pops up in the story. That makes sense, Paul. Yeah, but like Fury, in reality, that shit's just like retarded. Like, it makes a lot more sense if it was like genuinely something they did wrong, like putting them in danger or some shit, but it's like, no. These civilians that couldn't even get out of the planet even if they wanted to currently. Like, oh, they find out there's another world. Like, ooh. Like, it's literally the equivalent of humans finding out stars exist and that you can go on the moon. Yet still no one fucking tries anything. Though I will say, like, it did obviously lead to, like, some fucking delusions among the guys. Like, what was that guy's name? Demios or some shit? Like, he thought he was, like, meant to fucking leave Amphorius and go into the different worlds or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, imagine just randomly coming to another planet that has life and telling them, hey, by the way, there's other planets and other living beings outside of this world. Like, no one would fucking believe it, bro. They'd probably just think, like, it's some type of undiscovered species on their planet that is just, like, absolutely fucking bonkers. Like, if we're all being honest, I'm not sure, Beer. Well, yeah, I guess Blaziken, but it's like, oh my god. Oh my goodness. Either way, like, it's fine. I liked Amphorius in the first place. I like that type of like Greek mythology like background and shit. So anytime there's something like that, I'm basically a complete sucker for it. The only complaint I really have is just the amount of filler dialogue. That's basically it. No, I think if she was any more ruthless, Mash, it would have been like, she's annoying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it gets so bad. Like, it's one thing if they have a reason, right? But when the reason is cleared up and they continue to be like an asshole, it's literally just an annoying character at some point. Is it okay if I skip Tribby because I want casters? Uh, Probably not. But if you want casters more than you want Tribby, then just go for casters. I mean, currently Tribby doesn't matter all that much, but the issue is when you have to put Remembrance MC on your casters team, and you no longer have a skill point friendly support anymore. Because Sunday and Remembrance Trailblazer are like the two hyper carry skill point friendly supports, and they both go on Castris' team. So for Tribby, it isn't really about the buffs. It's more so the energy regen from the follow-ups and her skill point positivity. Plus, she also adds some damage. It's not crazy, but she probably adds like 1 million damage. Actually, no, in one cycle, it's probably more like 300 or 400k. Exactly, Hayato. I said the exact same thing. Current Tribby doesn't have a best in slot, but I think with Anoxa, very, very high chance that Tribby ends up being paired with Anoxa. Heard free to play get like 135 pulls in 3.0 or 3.1. Don't know if true. Sounds like a lot. I haven't heard anything about that. 135 pulls in 3.1? Fucking how? What? They're giving us more pulls for 3.1 by 25 than 3.0? How is that even possible? Hey, I wouldn't be complaining if that were the truth. Because that means I could get like 160 pulls in fucking 3.1. But I don't know. I think that number's a bit made up. Yeah. Like, we just got an entirely new planet and we only got 110. It would make more sense for 3.2 to be that many pulls. Because 3.2 is the anniversary, but... That fucking sucks, WA. That sucks. Yeah, I know, Sharma. I don't think 3.2 will necessarily be massive. I think they'll just give us like 20 or 30 limited pulls like they did for Acheron's patch again. Which is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not anything crazy. The real issue is Hyacine. I'm not gonna lie. I have to pull for characters 3 patches in a row, which is a bit frustrating. Like, I don't... That probably won't end well. Because I want Tribby for the Herda. if I don't end up getting the E2. Especially if she gets buffed. Like, I'm considering it now at her V1. But if Tribby gets buffed enough, it would be like 100% a guarantee because it gets rid of my support problem. But, like, then I need to get Castris plus Sunday, and then I need to get Hyacine in 3.3. I don't really give a shit about Phanon if I get Castris, so that's like kind of a non-issue now, but it's so many characters. If I lose 50-50s consistently, I'm going to miss out on one or two. I think you're thinking of Cyrene Mesh. You're thinking of Cyrene or Cypher. Hyacine is in abundance. Unless you're saying that she's going to be like a dot healer, I have no clue. I haven't heard anything about Hyacine at all. Anoxa's erudition best in slot for the Herda? Probably, yeah. They changed his path to imaginary erudition. But I'd still wait until Herda's banner is almost gone. Because by then, we're going to be like V3 or V4 for Tribby and My Day. And there'll also be like probably better leaks on Anoxa and other shit. Surely I can get the 500k Jades. A man can dream. A man can dream. Should I go for U1 Bubbin? Not in my opinion, no. Not right now. I think it's better to wait for Sunday's rerun to get a Lycone or his E1. Because all the upcoming DPSs don't want Robin. I mean, if you really want to make like an older comp stronger, sure, go ahead, but I'd recommend Sunday over Robin. S5 Seriousness of Breakfast, I'm pretty sure, is her best free-to-play option. Is it Genius Repose? I thought it was Breakfast. Or is that a different one? Yeah, Seriousness of Breakfast S5 seems to be her best free-to-play option. When is Tribby V2? I think in 3 days. It's already been 4 days since the V1 leaks. So 3 more days. And we get Tribby V2 and what's it called? My Day V2. Imagine a guy gets 500k and then uninstalls. They never do that. I see half of them being sold though. Like 100% people would try to sell the accounts. Free bread. It's also, the game's probably going to be botted like crazy whenever that shit happens. Whatever you want, Harry. Between the 3 of those, the one with the highest value is probably a Castris. But she's also 2 patches away. And you'd have to pull Sunday to play her optimally. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to wish I just went for a break comp. Like, I'm not talking now, but I'm talking like way earlier. Break and Acheron have easily been like holding up like crazy. I mean, Mash, I'm not gonna lie. I think the biggest plus of Tribby is just freeing up being able to use Remembrance MC. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is literally just a fucking Fugue situation all over again. Where some people pulled for Fugue so they could use Remembrance MC on, like, a summon team. Like, this is literally the exact same shit. Like, you're gonna end up putting your Remembrance MC on another team, so you want to pull for Tribby to at least have as, like, a second best option on your, like, Herda team. Fei Xiao and the Herda are the two main comps I use on my account currently. Yeah, another thing is, if Anoxa isn't as skill point hungry as fucking, what's it called? If Anoxa ends up not being as skill point hungry as, like, having a Herda or Serval on your team, like, current V1 Tribby loses a lot of fucking value. Like, the only reason I'm actually thinking about her right now is because Robin is just overall worse in buffs and less skill point friendly. But if a Noxa is skill point friendly or skill point neutral, running a Robin wouldn't actually be an issue. The good thing is we'll have a Noxa leaks by the time 3.1 hits. So we'll end up seeing anyways by then. But yeah, if Anoxa is skill point neutral, Tribby loses a lot. Like, you don't even need to pull her for the skill point positivity. Because you can already optimize skill points with Ling Sha to be like +1 skill point every like 3 or 4 turns. And that's good enough, especially when Robin's in her Concerto state. Still no proper casters leak though. I mean, they just gatekeep it. That's literally all it is. Leakers like to gatekeep leaks. That's all it is. They won't say anything until like they'll drip feed basically. They'll give small bits of information here and there to keep people hyped. But they actually they have the whole package way earlier. Like, if you guys remember, Tribby got her entire kit leaked like 1 or 2 weeks before the actual thing came out. And then My Day's kit never got fully leaked until literally the day the in-game leaks dropped. Like, that's how fucking stingy they are with the more important character of the patch. Really, Cam? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was watching Mr. Pokey stream yesterday during the morning. And I'm not gonna lie, Boot Hill was not looking too hot on the Svarog side. He was not looking too hot. Of course, Mr. Pokey could have like misplayed, but my god, I think it took him like 4 or 5 cycles, and that was with an E1 fugue. I'm at 41 pity. I'm at 40. I need to learn how to optimize my Herda team better so I can use Robin as the main support. I'm sure it'll be fine with E2 since E2 is like an 80% damage increase. But if I lose the 50-50, I'm 100% saving that shit for Sunday. The problem with Hunt is that it doesn't get any stronger. Like, that's the issue, right? Like, destruction characters and AoE characters like the Herda, the more enemies are on field, the significantly stronger they get. But Hunt characters, if they do 1.6 million damage against one target a cycle, they'll still do 1.6 million damage against one target when there's 5 targets on field. Like, that's kind of the issue with them right now. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen, but the HP inflation is what's really ruining it. Because every single elite now has like 1.25 million health. And then the main boss has like 2 or 3 million. So like Hunt is just getting completely fucked over. They have to dish out so like double to triple the normal amount of damage than they would have during like Fei Xiao's release. Like now I'm seeing E2 Fei Xiao's and E2 Robins needed for what Fei Xiao could do like 1 or 2 MOCs ago with E0 Robin and a sustain. And now I'm seeing like E4 Bronya with follow up whenever you break an enemy, and E2 Bubbin and like E2 Fei Xiao, and like people are still fucking struggling to zero cycle with that. It's like holy shit. Like the difference in investment you need now for a Fei Xiao to perform is jeez. Yeah, that's good, Buzz. The only issue for me is I do not have Bronya's Lycone. And Ruan Maze does something similar, but Ruan Maze requires the holder to have 150% break effect when they use their ult. So I'd have to sacrifice a shit ton of attack on Robin to be able to get her to 150 break effect and actually take advantage of Ruan May's limited Lycone. Like, a lot of people were like, yo, what are you doing with your Robin? Just use a Bronya Lycone. And it's like, I don't have it, man. I just don't have it. Didn't you get the event Lycone for Bubbin? Yeah, but the event Lycone doesn't give any skill points. Like, people are saying the Bronya Lycone and other shit because of the skill point it gives on ults. The event Lycone is just like an attack increase. Yeah, skill points is the issue. Running, because the issue with right now, like, I wouldn't have this issue if I had Jade as well. The issue is that I'm trying to run like a free to play battery, and so all the free-to-play batteries, which are Serval and Small Herda, need you to skill every fucking turn they take, which is just not a fun time. So Big Herda wants to skill, Robin wants to skill for energy, Small Herda and Serval also want to skill. It's just not a fun time. Lingshaw's the only one that's SB neutral / positive. .156 speed should be fine, Exodius. I've seen a lot of showcases with less speed than that on their Sundays, and they still zero cycle. Yeah, I really want Sunday signature, man. I really want to be able to get Sunday signature on his rerun. That's more important to me than like anyone else's. Oh, really, Fury? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that every single upcoming 3.x DPS does not scale with Robin all that much. Like, they all prefer Sunday and Remembrance MC over Robin. I genuinely think after, like, all this time, we are finally going into a meta where Robin is not, like, automatically best in slot for every fucking new DPS drop. I think it's finally changing, and it's now Sunday. Like, the only way Robin doesn't necessarily, like, start deteriorating is, like, with E1. But even then, like, for, like, the HP scalers in Pacific, even E1 Robin would probably be worse than Sunday in Remembrance MC. Like, even E1 Robin, like, in that type of specific situation. Yeah, Sharma. Sunday's just too fucking good. I'm using Bubbin in the Herda team because I haven't built RMC yet since I'm finishing up Herda's Traces. I should probably just learn how to play Robin better. I know it's probably a skill issue that it takes me 4 cycles with Robin and 2 without, but I just feel like RMC is just that much better. Like, not only does RMC give more damage, but more consistent action advance. And as well, skill point positivity. WA, did you just pull Robin? Oh, wait, no, you can't. Robin's on the second side, never mind. But yeah, I was telling people this, like, the thing I don't, like, when we were talking about, like, when power creep was, like, still, like, a big fucking topic, like, a few days ago to a week ago, because of the drama, like, if you listen to a creator and you were a new player and you went straight into the Fei Xiao comp with Robin, like, Robin currently is losing a shit ton of her value. And Fei Xiao is not exactly performing the best. And people called me crazy for saying Ling Sha might have more value going into 3.x than Robin, but, like, brother, not a single fucking leak, not a single upcoming DPS wants to have Robin, man. Not a single fucking one. Like Ling Shaw, at least you can still get value out of her in Pure Fiction and APOC. And she's obviously like the best abundance in the game currently, but like Robin is mainly like an old DPS thing. Like what's currently happening with Robin right now is reminding me of what happened with Sparkle after Robin's release, where people were berating me for saying that Sparkle's pull value like deteriorated, and people are like, "Oh my god, my Sparkle still fucking best in slot in Acheron team. My Sparkle still does this. My Sparkle still does that." While obviously she was being phased out of the meta. Like it feels the exact fucking same here. But Robin is a way more popular meta character than Sparkle, so it's a lot harder for people to accept. Robin's still good though, yeah, but for like 2.x DPSs is the issue. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's literally the Sparkle situation all over again, where people are stuck with fucking E2 Dill, saying, "Oh, but my Sparkle is still good with Dill and Jing Liu, while Acheron and Firefly are doing like double to triple the damage a cycle." Like that's basically what I'm saying. Like we're going into a meta where not a single upcoming DPS wants Robin, and they're all gonna be stronger than the previous ones. So saying that she's like still a must pull is like a bit of a stretch. And 2.5, I would have agreed. In 2.5, like on Fei Xiao's banner, she was pretty much considered a must pull. But at the current point of the game and with what we know, just not really. Xingliu's gonna get her rerun with Castress? Oh, really? I wonder how many people are gonna pull on that banner. No, WA. It's so bad. The cope is so bad. Like, back then, people were saying, like, Dill and Jingliu, that Acheron was barely better. Keep in mind, Acheron, even at this time, without best-in-slot teammates, was still, like, noticeably stronger than Jingliu and Dill. And people back then just could not accept it. Like, they couldn't accept it. Like, it was the same with Robin. When Robin was first in, like, her leaks and when she first released, like, nobody thought her value was that good, and they thought that pulling Sparkle was, like, the best option possible. Because back then, like, having a hyper carry support, like Sparkle, versus, like, a team buffer, like Robin, like Sparkle seemed to be the new meta because of the skill point positivity. And then just to find out, after her banner phases out, every single meta player realizes, oh, Robin is actually fucking busted. Like, that's why, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't listened to anyone when it comes to, like, like, listening to another person's opinion on pull value, because it always just ends up as shit. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how many calcs you do on how strong or how good a character might be. Like, in this game, you story scale. You story scale, and you don't do anything else, and you'll beat the meta theorists by like 99% of the time. Like, keep in mind, I mentioned this to someone in my comments who was saying that I couldn't give my opinion on poll value because I didn't have action value bar like enabled on my account. That like there was like there's a video of Mr. Pokey back in 2.x talking about Sparkle and Meta Quantum being the future of the game. Yeah. Mono Quantum being the future meta of the game. It was so bad, bro. It was so bad. Like, I don't hold it against Pokey either. This isn't Pokey slander at all. It's just a point that, like, literally no one can predict how shit or how good upcoming characters are going to be or how long they're going to last for. Like, it's impossible. Like I was also seeing leakers, like when the Herda was in her leaks, there were leakers saying, like they were running up statistics and everything, saying that the light cone was a bigger like overall damage buff than the E1. Just to find out, like later on, that the E1 is a significantly larger damage buff than the light cone. So even when people run numbers and statistics, they still can't fucking predict like how exactly light cone versus Eidolon is gonna perform either. Sure, Seal is sure doing well in Mono Quantum. Hey, hey, fucking Seal, man. Yeah, I saw a video on it, random guy. It's whatever. I'm glad they lost some money. Robin can't save Blade. I mean, it makes sense. I think Blade's attack scaling is only half as good as his HP scaling. So even though he can semi benefit from Robin, it still isn't the best. Will Castris age like Sparkle or Seal? No. I think Castris will age more like Acheron, if I were to guess. She seems more like an Acheron unit, and Phanon feels like a Firefly one. I've been seeing too much bullshit on my YouTube lately as well. Like, there's some people spreading propaganda of Emanator Wars. And it's basically the Herda versus Acheron. But every time they, like, they cut slack for Acheron because they give the Herda a free-to-play team at E0S0. And then they give Acheron with a Jiaoqiu. So Jiaoqiu is absolutely putting this fucking E0S0 Acheron on his back. And then everyone's in the comments like, see, power creep doesn't exist. Acheron without a Jiaoqiu is clearing in the same cycles as the Herd on her free-to-play team. And it's like, oh my god, man. Like, Jiaoqiu is doing all the fucking heavy lifting. The propaganda needs to stop. Room temp IQ, bro, it's so bad. It's genuinely so bad. Like, I understand some people have biases and agendas, but like, brother, we just cannot ignore the Jiaoqiu getting an extra like fucking 4 stacks for Acheron on True within like a few turns. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah, Sharma, I seen the same one. I've seen the exact same one. They used a 10 cost Acheron team where it was, I think, E0. No, I think it was E1 S1 Jiaoqiu. No, yeah. It was E0 S1 Jiaoqiu, E0 S1 Robin, and I think E0 S1 Aventurine. And then it was E2 S1 Acheron versus an E2 S1 Herda with a free-to-play team. And the E2 S1 Herda with a free-to-play team still cleared better. We already talked about this before on stream. Who's your favorite HSR character? I don't know. I don't really like any of them. I don't know if that's a hot take, but if we're talking like story-wise, like I don't really give a shit. I just like if we're talking just cool, I don't know. Currently favorite HSR character. If we're talking gameplay wise, it's probably Ling Sha. I really appreciate Ling Sha on my account. But if it's just like Coolness. Probably Fei Xiao. I like Fei Xiao. I mean, power creep 100% exists. The problem is, like, I understand some people don't like others constantly complaining about it because it's an inevitable thing at the end of the day. But it's more annoying when people act like it's a non-existent problem. Like that's the only thing that's a bit annoying about it. Like people are like, oh, my E2 Fei Xiao plus E2 Bubbin still 0 cycles the MOC or still clears the MOC in 3 or 4 cycles. So clearly power creep doesn't exist because I invested in 2 E2s. Like, it's just brain rot. Yeah, I don't even mind power creep. Like, the biggest problem is the HP inflation. Like, I don't care if a newer character is 100% stronger than the previous one, so long as the previous one still clears the end game just as normal as they would have before, right? It's just that the new one clears faster. Like, I'm fine with that. And I'm also fine with, like, slight HP inflation, where it's like maybe within the span of like 6 months, the end game HP inflation is like 20 or 30%. I'm fine with that. The issue is that lately the HP inflation has been ramping up like fucking crazy. Like, it's gone up like 100% in the last like 6 months. It actually might be 200%. I'm not sure. Is there power creep in Fortnite? Once in a while for like random weapons, sure. But outside of that, no. It's basically just all skill. Well, actually, you could consider POIs power creep. There are some POIs that randomly get buffed in the middle of a season, making it significantly stronger than it used to be. And making it better than all other POIs. So I guess that's the closest thing. Do you recommend Herda E1 or Robin E1? I will always recommend a Harmony E1 over a DPS Eidolon. Especially Robin's. Robin's E1 is one of the most broken in the game. Even if she doesn't have anything to do, even if she's not best in slot for any of the upcoming DPSs, that E1 makes her a decent like replacement. It's not that serious, Exodius, though. Like, you do kind of have to win so you have to kill people off spawn and win to take advantage of the so-called power crept POI. Or, like, the POI that power creeps all the other ones, so... I'm sure you guys can get why my mindset is so, like, fair-headed in my head. Because, like, I've always played competitive games my entire life. So playing an end game where, like, it has nothing to do with skill and all to do with luck in the characters you have is a bit frustrating. Compared to always playing games where, like, you just improve over time. Tribby and Anoxa. K70. Probably Tribby and Anoxa to make your Herda team more future-proof. I think a lot of people forget Phanon exists. So you can 100% go for Herda's best in slot team with Tribby and Anoxa. And then go for Phanon instead of Castris. Like, they're probably both the same. They're probably both going to be in the same tier of meta for 3.x anyways. The only reason I'm so stressed out about Castris is because I dead want her. Like, she's the one I want the most. So I want to try and make it happen no matter what. But if I liked Phanon more, I wouldn't be stressing this much, and I'd pull Tribi and Noxa, and then I pull Phanon later. Why the fuck would you pull Silverwolf? No, don't pull Silverwolf. Please never pull Silverwolf. Oh my goodness. Like that's just the worst decision you could ever make in your life. Yeah, I have the same problem, WA. Like, if I didn't have to get Sunday, Castris would be so much easier. If I just won that one fucking 50-50 in 2.7, I wouldn't be stressing out this much. But, you know, I went to Hard Pity. Bam, you lose the 50-50 on Sunday. Now I have to get him on the rerun on Castris' banner. Oh, well. Oh, fucking well. What is Phanon supposed to be? The leaker said physical destruction. Apparently, he's also going to have, like, a new special mechanic that might allow him to, like, intercept between people's turns, which is weird. I'm not sure how that'll work, but that's what the leaker said. It's possible, Exodius. I've already mentioned this before, but if the leak's about a Noxa being like a sub DPS for every crit DPS in the game, like, if that's true, it genuinely makes sense that a Noxa would be like the most general sub DPS in the entirety of the game. And he'd be able to fit in like multiple teams, not just the Herda. Oh, really, Exodius? Well, apparently now he's going to be imaginary, so... uh... Another imaginary man added to the fucking... Added to the scoreboard. I might just skip Castris. I think that's understandable. That's genuinely understandable. My only issue right now is that I think I'm kind of 50-50 on pulling Tribi or the E2. Like, I know the E2 will 100% be stronger, but skill point generation and worse buffs from Robin compared to Tribi, and worst ER and stacks compared to Tribi. Like, putting RMC and Sunday on my Castris team is gonna fucking kill me, bro. Like, I think I do have to get Tribi at this point. Cast when no Sundays kind of iffy, you know. Get Sunday on Castris banner, then wait for Cast rerun if you really like Cast. Oh, you're talking to another person, yeah. The problem with reruns in this game with DPSs is that I swear to God, every time a DPS is reran now, they completely fell off the meta. Like, I won't say completely, but like, even Acheron and Firefly, like Acheron reran in 2.6, by then there were already like 3 DPSs stronger. And then Firefly got reran in 2.7, and once again, like, with Fugue, she's stronger, but without Fugue, once again, there's like 3 DPSs stronger. It's like, brother, are you serious? Like, supports get reran significantly faster than DPSs. At least Robin did, and Sunday probably will as well. Yeah, DPS reruns are almost always like 4 or 5 patches after release. And by then, there's already like 2 or 3 new DPSs that are better. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's just like the pattern. That's why people recommend a pull for supports and sustain so much more. Exactly, Abby. That's why I went so hard for the E1. Because I just didn't want to get... I'm sick of building a new DPS or a new comp like every 2 or 3 patches. So that's why I went so hard for her. So I can just get the E2 whenever she ends up rerunning. And all of a sudden she's twice as strong than she used to be. Right? I don't give a shit if she's power crept. So long as she clears the endgame for me for an entire year, I'd say it's a worth investment. The only reason I did it so confidently for the Herda specific is because she's like the most universal DPS in the game right now. She's T0 in Pure Fiction, T0, probably going to be T0.5 in MOC in the future when it stops favoring her, and she's T0.5 in APOC. Like, that's good enough for me, man. Did you get E2 Herda? No, not yet. I'm 40 pity in, but I'm starting to think of pulling Tribby so that I stop running into support issues with having Herda and Castris at the same time. Yeah, MASH. So I might end up getting Tribby so that I can get rid of RMC on my Herda team and put it on my Casters team. That's kind of what I'm thinking of right now. They should really rerun Rappa ASAP. They probably won't. Rappa came out in 2.6, right? It hasn't even been 3 patches yet. She would be like the earliest DPS rerun ever. She'll probably get reran in like 3.3 or some shit. 3.2 or 3.3. Hope Tribby V5 gets better. I'm not gonna lie, I think the only issue Tribby has right now is I want her like, this is more of a personal thing. I just want her ult to be more easily like attainable. Like, I think her ult should have a lower energy cost. I know it's a good ult because of the buff it gives, but I think I'd rather the ult cost less. I could give less of a shit about a fake collab. I know some people are gonna care about it, but like, I don't give a shit about the fake collab. I hope they put My Day's E1 into his kit. Yeah, I think they should do that. Because My Day's E1, I'm not gonna lie, the healing that goes into his blood pool is actually like ass. Like, it's so fucking bad. I was watching an E1 My Day with Huohuo, and Huohuo only made like a 6% difference to the blood pool after healing. Which, if you don't know, that's fucking minuscule. Like, if an enemy attacks My Day even like once, he takes like 30% into his blood pool. So you need to do like 5 Huohuo heals before you make up for one fucking hit. Please, a limited 5-star selector. Are you insane? 5-star selector? What do you think this is, Woowa? They are not giving a 5-star selector in this bitch. At most, if we ever get a 5-star selector, it will just be another standard character. They will never give us a limited one. Doesn't she already get frequent ults with Lycone? Yeah, but I don't want the Lycone. That's the issue. Like, I want it to be in her E0S0. But yeah, she does get ults easier with her Lycone. But, like, I don't want her to be like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a selector? It was, wasn't it? Like, it was the Express Pass thing, and you could select any standard 5-star you wanted for your account. That's pretty much a 5-star selector. Yeah, I agree. If I'm being honest, I might have an agenda here, right? The only reason I kind of want her ult to be less energy cost is for my S5 DDD. That's kind of the only reason, by the way. I kind of just want to use my S5 DDD on her and make her do action advance as well. I might be pushing an agenda here, but hey, make that ult lower energy cost. Let me put my S5 DDD on Tribby. Helioverse is getting fined 20 million buckaroos. Hey, that's fucking pennies in a fountain for them. I don't even give a shit. They make billions every year. It's fine. What is it? Dawei gets one less yacht this year? I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes we can't have 20 yachts in a year. Sometimes we can only have 19. Nothing you can do about it. I hate that Tribby needs her Lycone. She doesn't need her Lycone. It's just really nice quality of life. Which, once again, applies to, like, every fucking unit in this entirety of the game. Where, like, quality of life is locked behind the Lycone. Every fucking time. But I'm honestly fine with it if they just make her ult lower energy cost. Because then you can actually get some value out of using DDD. Yeah, whenever they lose money, they just rerun Robin. No, it'll be Sunday Remembrance MC and a sustain, not Tribby. Remembrance MC can action advanced memo sprites as well as the character, and he has overall better buffs. Remembrance MC will be significantly better for a Remembrance DPS. Does Fei Xiao need her Lycone? She needs Robin more than she needs her Lycone. Not gonna lie. She doesn't need her Lycone, the damage does fall off a bit, but Robin is for sure a more important thing. Even E1 Robin. Like, if you're gonna say you already have Robin, then E1 Robin is more important than the Lycone too. Maybe Laura. Maybe those maybe those duo DPS HP scaling teams will come out to be the truth. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, bro. Like I was getting so much shit every time I made a video saying that Herda had higher value than fucking Aglaya. Because I don't even know if Aglaya's gonna get new best in slots, but like Herda obviously will because she's an Emanator. And like she's the first of her path. And people were giving me so much shit like, oh my god, look at this Aglaya zero cycle with triple harmony. Oh my god, Aglaya strongest DPS with a sustain. And then it's like, yeah, I know, guys. But she you like they use the exact same fucking supports as Casterus. And Casterus is the anniversary DPS drop. Like it's literally, you know that meme that's like nuclear bomb versus like crying baby? Like that's probably gonna be Casterus versus Aglaya when Casterus releases. Like this is a bit of glaze and I am exaggerating a bit, but like you just always have to story scale in this game. Story scaling will always keep you ahead of the meta. And Casterus is just the story scaler. Actually, no, it's more, Phanon is more like the story scaler, and then Casterus is behind Phanon. Oh yeah, coughing baby. Pure Fiction is gonna be tough during 3.x. Everyone is AOE. I've already said this before, but like the leakers have already said that the current 120% damage bonus on the grit mechanic will be reduced to what's it called, 50% instead. So like that bullshit where you could like or always kill mobs with Fugue and Himiko with the grit mechanic up, like that shit's not gonna work anymore. It's not gonna slide anymore. And like all characters are gonna do significantly less damage with the grit mechanic up. Yeah, Mariah, that's kind of the issue. Like, I think the best way to put it is like, imagine Zhao Q, right? Imagine there was a DPS that came after Acheron, like in 2.3, that wasn't Firefly, that used the exact same supports as Acheron, but was like way better. So they used the exact same teammates. Like, who are you gonna fucking choose, man? It's quite obvious, right? Like, who are you gonna fucking put those teammates on? The weaker one or the stronger one? It's kind of a bit simple here. Faye's looking bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Faye is not gonna survive this fucking 3.x. I originally thought she was fine, but if they continue with like this, if they keep it AOE slash destruction for the entirety of 3.x, Faye is not gonna get all that much value for a long ass fucking time. Like if you have heavy investment on a Faye Shao, you should still be fine. Like I myself can still do shit in like 4 cycles, but brother, I went from doing 1 cycles with ease to 4 cycles with difficulty. Like that is not a good sign. Well, yeah, you can say that, Mariah. I'm not gonna argue with you. I do think Aglaya has the best design for a woman in the game, but Castress has a black dragon, so that kind of like gets rid of the Aglaya argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she looks more beautiful, but yeah, but Castress, the dragon looks cooler. So yeah, take that. Like, does Aglaya have a dragon? I don't think so. I don't think Aglaya has a big dragon. I don't see the dragon. Where's her dragon? If she doesn't have a dragon, I don't want her. Wonder if they'll release another support for Remembrance. They probably will. I don't doubt it. I'm waiting for an HP support, though. If they don't add an HP support after releasing 2 HP DPSs again, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Like, what the fuck are they doing, man? Like, oh my god. There still isn't a single leak about any HP support, but instead dot support. Like, what the fuck is going on? They're fine with making a Zhao Q. They're fine for making 2 supports for Super Break. They're fine with making hyper carry supports, but no. When it's HP supports, no. Let's not even fucking create them. Fair enough. That reminds me of people who pulled Firefly because of Sam. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the hype for Firefly back then came from like the robot suit form and not actually her herself. That's true, Sugar. No, that's what I'm saying, Charma. It's like if they still don't make an HP support, it's like what the fuck? Like at that point, it's like what are you like it's just obvious they're holding back the HP comp from becoming too strong on purpose so that they can sell newer characters instead. Tribby is not an HP support. She scales off of max HP, but she doesn't give anything to HP scalers that like Sunday doesn't. Like there isn't any difference whether you run her on an HP DPS or a non HP DPS. They can't make this blade dispatch his enemies in 2 cycles, but they can for Jing Yuan. They can for Jing Yuan. Acheron and Fei Xiao are the next Jing Liu. Kinda, yeah. I think at this point, like, when we were in 1.x and 2.x, so many people are saying, like, oh, we can't use pattern recognition just yet because anything can change. But I think at this point, this far into the game, you can very easily use pattern recognition to tell when a DPS is going to start falling off. Like, I have people in my comments saying, like, oh, you can't talk about power creep now. You're going to glaze your Herda. And it's like, I have been saying for like the past month that the Herda is going to get power crept by casters. Like, I say that shit with my entire chest. It's gonna happen. It will happen, whether I want it to or not. I just don't give a shit. So long as my Herda lasts longer. Like, I don't have any emotional attachment to any character in this fucking game. No, I agree, Rain. Acheron is 100% in a better position currently because she's a full AoE DPS. And Zhao Q is so fucking broken that he carries her on her back. Now, to be fair, a lot of people didn't pull Zhao Q, but he is due for a rerun. So he should rerun in like 3.1 or 3.2. Literally my exact same plan, Sharma. My exact same fucking plan. Get Herda, get Tribby, get Sunday and Castris, and then I'm fucking done. I'm done for the entirety of 3.x. I'll try to get Hyacine if she's like a best in slot. I'm skipping Phanon. I'm skipping the fake collab. Fuck March 7th. Fuck the new Don Hung form. They can all go fuck themselves. I'm not pulling anyone until 4.x anymore. I'm making sure I stock up on my pulls, so I never have to worry about any bullshit hard pity lost 50-50s ever again. New Don Hung form? Yeah, it was leaked a while ago that Don Hung and March 7th are going to get new forms in Inforius. That's why Don Hung and March 7th are included so much in the story for Amphorius. They will be limited, Dark. According to the leakers, they said that there's a 100% chance that both are limited. I'm pretty sure Hyacine will end up being the abundance sugar. I got Faye at 27 pity and it was a 50-50 win, so I could care less. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of the same with the Herda currently. Like, I didn't really have to spend all that much for an E1 S1 Herda, so I could care less if she gets power crept. Like, if we only include 3.x pulls that I spent, I only had to spend like 110 pulls on the Herda to get her E1 S1. Like, that's a fucking W. No, I know, Abby. I've already said that. The problem is single target damage doesn't get any stronger against multiple enemies. So they get completely fucked over when it's not a hunt endgame. Or when there's just too much HP inflation and their single target damage falls off, like currently. Actually, can I see something? When was 2.5? Like, what MOC was 2.5 for our Facial's release? Does anybody know, like, the specific name for it? It should probably be the Big Sleep, no? Is it the Big Sleep? Yeah, it's the Big Sleep. Yeah, it's the Big Sleep. So this was Fei Xiao's MOC. Or her debut MOC. Hulei's the one after the Big Sleep, but I think both Hulei and the one before it were on the exact same patch. So the one that debuted for Fei Xiao was an Aventurine boss who only had 2 million HP, and all the elites only have 450k. Like, the Howling Casket only has 500k as well, and there's a Kafka boss with 1.3 milli. So in Fei Xiao's debut, it was either a single target Aventurine or a 1.3 million health Kafka and a 500k health Howling Casket, which was just a million times easier. And then if we go... Oh, wait, I should probably just show you guys. Give me a second. Oh, you guys can see it, right? So this is the one, like the first MOC of 2.5 patch. with Fei Xiao. This was the next one with Hule. Hule was like, I think Hule was when I first started making videos on HP inflation, because Hule was the first single target boss to hit nearly 3 million HP. Like, you also had these puppets, but the puppets were at least like 3 mobs at once, but he was the first single target one. So in Fei Xiao's debut, her MOC, you only had to do 6 million damage. And in the current one, you have to do 15 million. Or sorry, 16 million. That's probably why Fei Xiao feels so much worse. The average elite boss has 1 million HP now? Yeah, exactly. So here, as you guys can see, the elites here 540k and 450k. And then here, this is the current MOC. So 1.2 million, 1.2 million, 1 million. And then nearly 800k and 800k. These elites are both nearly 800k, 1.2 million. This is only 122k, right? Yeah. 700k, 1.1 million. What's the next one? This is the new one, right? Oh my god. Wait, this is... Isn't this significantly fucking worse? Okay, so the boss HP went down, but the elite HP went up. So 1.2 million, 1.1 million, 1.1 million, 1.1 million, 2 million. 6 million, but this guy has a mechanic to make it easier. 1.2 million, 700k. Yeah, their speed is way higher. That's another thing that I mentioned in my previous video, but like boss and mob speeds are also significantly higher than they used to be. Svarog had 2 mil this MOC, yeah. So by the way, if anyone was wondering, like the difference between the MOC before this one. So Svarog only had 1.6 million, and these two Howling Caskets only had 750k. And this boss only had 620. So on this MOC, I was able to 0 cycle, and I was able to cleanly 1 cycle with Aventurine. And then literally the next MOC, what is that? 800k more HP on Svarog, 500k more on each Howling Casket, and 400k more compared to the Gatekeeper. And this isn't even including that you have to waste your turns on the Trotters too. Yeah. It went from 6 million HP that Fei Xiao had to do, or like 6 million damage, to 15 million within like 2 or 3 MOCs. That's an over 200% increase, by the way. Or sorry, that's like a 160% increase. HSR is getting to the high 3 phase. Yeah, it is what it is. If it keeps like exponentially rising, I'll probably quit the game. I don't know what I'd play, maybe Wuwa, but I like being able to take breaks from games, come back and still be able to clear because of my own skill and not because my character got completely power crept and can't keep up. Play Marvel's Rivals. It actually has skill. I need to. Yeah, I keep forgetting to. But so many of my friends play Marvel Rivals. I should try it at some point. Well, obviously, Blad, but the thing is, that would never happen. Like, something people need to understand is even if, like, every single free to play on this planet were to quit the game and protest, it wouldn't fucking matter because the people who still spend on the game, like, a good amount to be able to guarantee characters every patch, like, they're not gonna give a shit. Like, they could give less of a shit. If they don't make money from you, they don't care. It's the people who they make money from that they care about. So if they do something to upset whales, they'll usually fix it, probably. It's all the whales' fault. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't blame whales. Like, I don't like judging someone else for how they use their money, especially when it's like on a hobby that they just do for their own convenience and entertainment. Like most people who are whales for a reason. They're like busy in real life. They have the access to those funds because they are like high up in the world usually in real life. Like I don't want to judge someone and how they spend their money on a game and like entertainment. Because clearly it's working. If they have the money to spend like that on this game, it's working. Isn't Jian still very good? Yeah, Jian's still good. Jin Shi came out like 6 months ago. She's still the strongest DPS in the game. Like, it would be the equivalent of Acheron from 2.1 to 2.5 still being the strongest DPS in the game. And I'm pretty sure Jin Shi will continue to be the strongest DPS in the game until like around 2.1. So, yeah. That means we would have gotten Firefly's release. We would have gone Rappa's release. We would have gone Fei Xiao's release. And then imagine Acheron still being the strongest like after all of that. Rule releases less characters though. Uh Not really. It's not by a significant amount at all. Do they even... Do they? Wasn't Jian and Yin Lin 1.0? Jinshi Cheng Li 1.1? Zheng Liao Zeshi 1.2? And then I don't know who was 1.3 or 1.4 because I wasn't playing the game. 1.3 and 1.4 only had one character? Oh. But still, like, she is still 5 patches. Because in 3, sorry, not in 3.1. In, what's it called? 2.1, it's going to be Phoebe and Brant. And 2.0 is Carlotta and, what's it called? Rakia. Not gonna lie, I'd much rather Wuwa's way of like Wuwa and Genshin's way of doing like one character per patch, or 1.5 character per patch versus two. Like I genuinely prefer it that way. I mean, they just give less pulls, Sharma. Like for example, Wuwa gives like damn near double the pulls Genshin does per patch, and they kind of do something similar. They just give less pulls if it was only one character per patch, like they do in Genshin. I think I'm gonna go for Tribi at this point instead, Azex. Because the issue I was thinking about on stream with my chat is I'm gonna put Remembrance MC on my what's it called? I'm gonna put Remembrance MC on my casters team. And the issue is that this literally makes my Herda lose like 20 to 25% of her current damage by replacing what's it called? By replacing Remembrance MC with Robin, and Robin is also less skill point friendly than Remembrance MC. So the only option I have left, since Sunday and Remembrance MC are gonna be best in slot with Castris, is to pull Tribi. I lose a lot of value from the E2 if I don't pull Tribi and I end up having to use Robin instead. So I'd rather just get another support. And then I'll get the E2 on a rerun eventually. I was talking with my chat earlier, and I was trying to push an agenda that I want Tribi's ult cost to be lower so that it's easier to spam DDD on her. Like, I wonder if DDD is a good free-to-play option for Tribi. Skipping Robin, don't like her story-wise. I mean, that makes sense. I don't think skipping Robin is really that big of a deal. I'm not gonna lie. Like, skipping Robin with all the upcoming DPSs not needing Robin is completely fine. With that high of an energy cost, hey, I'm just sending a prayer here. I'm just sending a prayer. I want my Tribi to be like Harmony MC, spamming that fucking ult constantly. Yeah, I have Huohuo, so it helps. I am hoping Casters is energy hungry, so that way I can just use my Huohuo just fine. I will probably still pull for Hyacine if she's a best in slot, but it would be nice if I could use my Huohuo. My Huohuo has been stuck on my dot premium team for like so fucking long. Like, please get her out of there. She's just suffering. She's suffering. Huohuo isn't a Harmony? No, he's saying you run Huohuo on Quid Pro Quo, and then you put DDD on Tribi, and then you try to get the energy from Quid Pro Quo on Tribi to do the ult more often. Huohuo is severely wanted for every team right now, I know. But not a single fucking team on my account can even take advantage of her. That's actually any good. So, it'll be nice if Castris uses her. Gallagher works too? Yeah, but the thing is, so there is this triple combo synergy. And this is one of the most broken synergy in the entirety of the game. And it is Remembrance MC, Sunday, and Huohuo. There is not a single better combo in the entirety of the game for like a support. Because Remembrance MC wants ER. Sunday gives 20% ER whenever he uses his ult. And then Huohuo is giving 10% ER to everyone on field. Like, it's just an ER fest. And it allows you to get so much fucking energy regen. Like, there just isn't a better, like, three-way trifecta combo than Huohuo, Remembrance MC, and Sunday currently. Isn't Sunday Robin Huohuo better comp? I don't even know. Maybe for Aglaya. But I think for, like, any hyper carry support, I do think Remembrance MC is actually, like... I don't know. It's close. I've seen a lot of people saying they prefer Sunday Remembrance MC over Robin. And other people saying that Robin and Sunday is better. Like, I've seen mixed on it. But the thing is, Castra should 100% take better advantage of Sunday and Remembrance MC. Because she's probably going to be a nuker. Like, her summon is going to do most of the damage, probably. While with Aglaya, like, her summon barely does any fucking damage. So she can't really fully take advantage of Remembrance MC and Sunday's kit. I see, Blood. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Upcoming new DPSs probably want to use Remembrance MC more. Aglaya summon tickles? It really does. It really does. It does take a lot of turns, but like it is just nowhere near makes up for it. Everywhere I go, I see Fortnite. Nice, Netherlord. I may give up Herda's team entirely for Castris. I mean, you 100% can. I'm personally going for Tribi. I think over the E2 now at this point, now that I thought it over more. Because I'm literally going to be nerfing my Herda and making her weaker when I put Remembrance MC on the Castris team. So, like, even then, like, getting the E2 isn't fully worth it. I'm going to be running into skill point issues. And I'm going to be running into just worse overall ER and buff issues. Robin's downfall, I'll be there. I mean, hey, at least she lasted in the meta a long time. Like, I don't think there's anyone who's lasted as long as her in the meta. Like, I think the second Robin came out, people weren't aware of her potential then. So Robin lasted, I believe Robin released in 2.2. So until Tribi releases, she'll have lasted 6 patches as like the staple harmony in the game. Ruan Mei released in 1.6 and Robin in 2.2. Which is only like a 4 patch difference. While Robin is like a 6 patch difference between Tribi and whatever it's called. Ruan Mei, by 2.3, people already discovered Robin's value. I'd say by 2.3, like, Robin was already up there And then it got even worse with the facial follow-up comp. That was like the facial follow-up comp like solidified it. Like even Yun Lee was able to take better advantage of fucking Robin. Ruan Mei had a lot of hype because of the break characters being able to use her. But then like literally like Robin was just more of a best in slot in most teams over Ruan Mei when Robin came out. Like there's nothing you can do about that. Like Ruan Mei was the first Harmony in the game, so she was a bit overhyped. There's nothing you can really do about that. I forgot Sparkle existed, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not like Sharma, I'm not using my Ruan Mei at all either currently. Because I don't even have a break team on my account. And like Robin or Branya or like anyone else is usually just a better support over Ruan Mei. Like Remembrance MC as well. Like I'm not gonna lie, Remembrance MC for the most part just replaces Branya and Sparkle in a lot of teams. And even though Sunday already did that, Remembrance MC like also does it. So RMC replaces Robin with the HP scalers, but with anyone who can... I mean, actually, it's not even only HP scalers, because the Herda Remembrance MC is a lot better than Robin. At least in my opinion. But there are some people who Robin is still better for. I actually don't even think it's a question, Sharma. When I first got Herda, I used Robin before I used Remembrance MC. And when I used Remembrance MC afterward, not only was like skill points less of an issue, but my Herda did like 20 to 25% more damage with Remembrance MC over Robin. E0S0 Robin, by the way. I think if you had an E1 Robin, the difference would go away, right? I think E1 Robin would actually be better in terms of buffs, but the skill point issue is still there with Robin. Unable Tribby? Probably, yeah. I think at this point it's better for me to pull Tribby so I can free up Remembrance MC on my Castress team. And then I can just use Tribby on my Herda team. And then I'll just get E2 Herda whenever she reruns, unfortunately. Although one thing you guys should keep in mind is there's a good chance I still don't even get Tribby. Like, if I lose that fucking 50-50, I don't know if I want to use a guarantee on Tribby. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Sunday and Castress are right after, I don't know if I want to use a guarantee on Tribby. So if I lose the 50-50, I'll probably just give up on Tribby and continue to go for Sunday and Castress. Oh, nice, Netherlord. Oh yeah, AZEX. That's what I'm waiting for, but I think it's gonna be late 3.x. So I'm not exactly holding my breath for it because that's gonna be a long fucking time. Yeah, my 50-50 luck is pretty shit, I know. Even with the recent win on the Herda, it's still 25-75 in total. Like in terms of a ratio. You don't need Tribby, let's be fair. Yeah, but that's now, Exodius. I don't need Tribby now. I can still clear with Robin now, but Tribby is 100% an upgrade over Robin in terms of skill point positivity, stacks, ER generation, like even just adding damage to the comp as well. Like, this is the same argument people used for not pulling Ling Sha because they were like, oh, Ling Sha's like Gallagher's already good enough. There's no need for Ling Sha. And then like the HP inflation hit and people were like, oh my fucking god, why didn't I pull for Ling Sha? Like, I think it'd be the same thing basically. More like Jiao. Nah, 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 nah. I don't think Tribby's like Jiao Q for Acheron for Herda. Like, I don't think it's that serious. You need to understand that Jiao Q for Acheron tier of like difference in playstyle, like it's not even like remotely the same. Like Tribby would have to build up Herda's ult like 2 to 3 times as fast, while at the same time making her do like double the damage. That's Jiao Q Acheron tier. Like Jiao Q is on an entirely different level of fucking carrying his best in slot DPS. Tribby's design is mid. I don't even think her design is bad. I just don't think she looks cool. And I usually only pull for cool characters. But I really need a free support spot so I can use Remembrance MC and Sunday at the same time. So there's just nothing I can do about it. But I don't have any problems with her. Like, I know a lot of people, like, I've seen it on TikTok and, like, Twitter. Like, for some reason, they just cannot stand pulling any kid character. I mean, I guess it's just, like, up to, like, personal whatever. But, like, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, at the end of the day, there are a lot of kids who play fucking Hoyo games. Like, let's all be honest. Like, I know I'm 20, so, like, sometimes I forget about it, but, like, a large audience of these games are, like, low teenagers, like under 15. A lot of are 13 or under. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it, Exodius. Like, at the end of the day, kids just will play gotcha games if they enjoy them. That just is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. Like, obviously, no kid should touch a gotcha game because they'll likely build up an addiction for like how expensive jades are, and like it'll be normalized to them. But like at the end of the day, it just is the truth. Like, a shit ton of kids play these games. You make me feel old. How do I make you feel old? Yeah, exactly, Sharma. Like, if a character is important enough to the point where, like, they drastically change my account, like Tribby would, freeing up Remembrance MC for my casteress, then I'm actually, like, fine with it, right? Like, they have to make up for me not exactly, like, really wanting them by being, like, good. Or, like, good value for the account, at least. And Tribby does do that. I'm not gonna lie, because I pulled the Herda. She does do that. Nice, Blad. It's fine, more. I don't see age difference as like something that crazy anymore. When I was a kid, I used to make fun of older people by just calling them like old man or whatever the fuck. Or like whenever like I meet like a 20-year-old when I was like 13-year-old in video games, I just called them hags. But I don't really do that anymore. Like now that I'm older, I understand that people like this is just entertainment at the end of the day. And now that I'm actually like the bit of an older one, it's like I don't exactly want people calling me old. I mean, it actually doesn't bother me, and I kind of laugh at it every time someone calls me unk. But you know what I'm saying? See, there we go. I literally predicted it. Netherlord brought up unk status. Like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, unk status. Appreciate that, Exodus. Nice, Blad. Nice. I did it for you. Hey, gotta become an uncle at some point, man. We all become unks at some point. Nothing you can do about it. I remember when I was 18, I was being called Yunk. Now I'm just straight up being called Unk. How the times change. Invest in IPC characters? That's not exactly aging well. I don't think you can really put Topaz in like any upcoming teams. And Jade is looking like she's about to be replaced by Anoxa. So, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. Farina banner and then quit Genshin? Yeah. Sounds like sounds about it. Makes sense. I don't know how, but whenever I stream, I always do better at playing Fortnite than when I'm off stream. It's a bit weird. Like in HSR, I play worse when I'm on stream, but I play better when I'm on stream on Fortnite. I mean, the thing is, Exodius, I don't think it's exactly like me being more mature or anything. I think it's just that, like, I don't exactly give a shit about anything. Like, I feel like I swear a little too much sometimes. It's not on purpose, it's just, like, natural. But, like, I'm kind of the only. I won't actually. I won't say I'm the only. There's a lot of creators out there who are similar to me, but I just do not care to say whatever the fuck's on my mind for a video. even if that shit like gets me some flack, like I won't say whatever the fuck I want. And I think like older people appreciate that more than like the sugar coated happy go lucky content sometimes. No, flow gone. Doro? Who's Doro? Oh, the... Is he that guy that's like family friendly or whatever, I think? I think he's family friendly. I remember like I'd always get recommended his shorts for Genshin Impact. I don't know if they're staged though. Like it'd be like someone in his chat says something and he's like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" with like an over exaggerated expression, and then he continues to do it in the short. They are not staged, but it's weirdly energetic. Oh. If it's not staged, then I think it's just like he's just being more energetic because they ask him hit on stream. Like I think old streamers are just more energetic on stream to make it more entertaining. Like I think that's about it. Yeah. Like if we're being honest, there is zero fucking content in these gacha games. Like there is zero fucking content. So it's mostly just the streamer's personality that people are there for. So the more entertaining they are, the more people are gonna stay. Yeah, Exodius, it sucks, eh? I couldn't imagine it myself, by the way. I couldn't imagine it. Oh my goodness. Imagine putting like, imagine putting thumbnail bait and then just lying to your audience or like exaggerating your, like I just couldn't, I can't imagine being a gacha CC. Oh my god. The box guy, he's trash at the game, but I like his content. I think sometimes someone being ass at a game makes it more entertaining to watch them. Like that's genuinely like a real thing. Like people will feel invested watching someone completely fuck up over and over again, and it's just entertaining to them. Like I think that's why Kai Cenat, like whenever he streamed Elden Ring and took like fucking 1,000 deaths in like 3 or 4 days, like people would go crazy watching his shit because he was so bad and he died of the dumbest shit over and over again. Yeah, exactly, Paul. Like they see like a fucking rich millionaire streamer struggling on their favorite game and they're like, "Oh my god, you fucking imbecile. You fucking idiot. You're supposed to do it like this, not like that." And then they're just sitting there like chuckling like that's how I usually imagine it. It isn't slander, by the way, because I do the exact same shit. Well, I won't actually like complain. I'll just stand back and laugh, watch them. Like, damn, bro, how can you be this ass? Like, come on, man, step it up. Does being a leaker theory crafter count as a gotcha CC? Technically, yeah. I mean, there's literally nothing else to do. Like, I think there's like hundreds of people who do like leak theory crafts, and they are like strictly gotcha content creators. So yeah, especially those AI voice YouTube channels. Those guys absolutely run the fucking business. Apparently, Anoxa summons a tree. LOL, imaginary rumors becoming more real. Yeah. I ban every AI voice channel that pops out. I mean, I respect it at the end of the day. Like, I'm not gonna lie, right? I shouldn't be saying this because I am an incredibly lazy content creator, but the gotcha space has some of the lowest quality content creators possible, and that includes me. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, look at me, guys. Like, I don't edit shit. I see people in my comments half the time like, oh, running simulator, facial running simulator. Why don't you fucking put background gameplay? And then I continued to make videos without background gameplay because I couldn't be fucking bothered. I couldn't be bothered. Okay? But to be fair, I do this shit for fun. I do this shit for fun. I don't get paid for it. I do this shit for the love of the game. Yeah, that's true, Shane. But yeah, I really like watching other League Theory Crafter YouTubers as well. Like, what's his name? I Summon. Like, whenever he pops up on my For You page for YouTube, I'll usually click on his videos. Like, I don't actually care if he's wrong or right, but it's just nice hearing another person's opinion on, like, future leaks. Because I'm not going to lie, watching those AI voice YouTube videos, they don't actually really give their opinion on anything. And it's kind of boring as shit hearing them talk. But when it's like an actual human talking about like the leaks and like how strong a character might be, like I actually really like watching their videos. I haven't seen Thunder Flogon. Yeah, there really is no content in gacha games. Like it's just way too like the problem with gacha games is that it's a lot less skill based and a lot more knowledge based, if that makes sense. At least for like HSR specifically, like it's almost all knowledge based with no like actual mechanical skill. Like you could see like 100 different people zero cycle the exact same boss, like at the exact same cost on YouTube. I mean, it's a turn-based game. I mean, I guess, but like there are better ways to do a turn-based game. Like I don't know if you guys have ever played it, but Wizard 101, that game is genuinely like that is challenging. That's actually challenging. And they also have like a type of pay to win, but like the difference between a free to play gear and like pay to win gear is like almost non-existent these days. Like you can very easily get like the highest rank in that game without it. Summoner's War moment. Yeah. I think something I'd like to see them do that they'll never do, by the way, they'll 100% never do this, but to add some way, like maybe some type of like 1v1, but obviously you're not fighting the other person, but like a tournament or like just being able to do multiplayer 1v1 or whatever, and you go against another person at the exact same cost investment. Like cost for cost versus the exact same side, and you can like duel it out on whoever does it better. I think they should actually like implement that in game in a way. No, I haven't, Blad. Same, Lord. Yeah, guy, exactly. Like cost for cost, who can clear the fastest? Or like it'll probably go off of action value, right? Like who used the least action value between the two at the exact same cost. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Appreciate you all stopping by to the really random, like, 5, 6 a.m. stream. It's now actually 8 a.m. for me. So, appreciate you all stopping by. I'm gonna get off now, though. Love you all. Have a good day.